Here we go. Here
Hello.
we go.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Sunday.
The singing has started.
I know. We're here with Emma and John, who just got done with their very first Disney cruise.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Disney cruises today. Yay!
Yay, Disney cruises! I'm representing Disney.
Disney. I know. Bob and I are representing the Disney cruise.
It's over here, Disney cruise.
And
We're representing Bob and Kelly.
Yeah. Emma and John are representing the Schnacks. Hey, Justin, how you doing? So yeah, those are our Schnacks t-shirts that you can find.
Awesome. Mine's hidden by our label, but
on our, they come in different colors too.
Yes, they do.
I like the black though. It looks really nice.
I like the yellow.
Yeah, the yellow with the black looks really good.
It does.
And it's the only way I could get John to wear a matching t-shirt with me.
Yeah, I'm with you there, buddy. I don't do that.
I know Bob
either.
doesn't do matching t-shirts.
I don't do matching t-shirts.
Yeah.
I ordered it, so we didn't get a choice.
Hello, April. How are you? So, yeah, Disney cruises. So you guys have been on one.
Oh, 1 second.
Oi.
Oh, Louis got something to say.
Louis says hi.
Oh, they muted. They muted
the Louis. Oh my gosh.
He's in trouble. Oh, he's barking at something.
There's fireworks. Someone
fireworks.
So.
That's a bit early.
Hi, Danielle, Mickey's girls. How you doing? So yeah, Emma and John just got off their first Disney cruise the beginning of this month. They went, and Bob and I have been on 3 Disney cruises so far. So we're going to talk about Disney cruises today.
Yeah, we had 2 scheduled
Disney
that we canceled.
Did we have 2 that we canceled?
Yeah, we had the 18th of October. That was going to be from San Diego to Ensenada, Mexico.
Oh, I totally forgot about that one.
And then we had the one in February that they changed the itinerary on.
That was last year in October.
Yeah, that was last year of October.
Yeah.
And then they changed the itinerary on us, so we stopped.
Okay.
Three, yeah.
Okay, so where have you been?
We've been from Port Canaveral to Nassau twice.
Nice.
And then from San Diego to Vancouver, Canada once.
Oh, that's the one we watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually our first vlog ever.
Hey, Mike, how's it going? We got to see Mr. Mike in California last weekend. That was so fun.
When we were at
Disneyland.
So have the cruises started back over in America now or not yet?
I think so. I'm pretty sure they have.
I don't think they have yet.
Really?
Magic was sailing for 12 days.
Back to Miami.
Back to Miami, but they didn't say like when the first cruise was.
I thought they had started.
I thought they were canceled till November.
Maybe.
Okay. And then
when
you start back up, will they be doing the COVID testing like they did for us? Or?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
You'll have to test negative before you get on board.
I think so.
That was really easy though, I must say.
Yeah, I'm curious to know like what the whole process for you guys was.
Okay, well, yeah, only from what we can say, because I've seen a lot of people say something different, but our experience was really easy.
Yeah, what I can gather is the first lot of the UK ones, they were having the teething problems, and it was taking a while to get through, but by the time they got to us, because we were on the last UK one, they obviously had it down.
Right.
So we dropped the bags off in this like weird warehouse thing, then park the car, then you walk back to
Hi James.
Hi James Ryan, how you doing?
Sorry, Emma.
That's all right. So we have a COVID passport system here. I don't know if you have it over there because it's with
No,
the
we don't.
Okay, so basically you get like a QR code and it shows whoever's scanning it when you had your vaccinations. So you need to both have that.
Yeah.
And we thought we were being super helpful and screenshotting it so they could scan it, but they didn't want that. They wanted us to go on there, prove it.
Yeah.
So you prove that with one person. They send you in a little queue. You swab up your nose. Which actually, this is going to sound really weird.
It's weird, but she's right.
It's one of the nicer. So some of the swabs are little and scratchy and they hurt.
Yeah.
Whereas the ones that Disney were using were really big, which you would think would hurt more. But
it feels more padded. It feels more nicer to your nose.
Yeah.
Okay. It's more friendly. It's more nose friendly.
Yeah. More nose friendly, right? So you swab your nose, pop it in the packet. You give it to we had a lady, and then go and sit and wait. It took about 20 minutes.
Yeah, no more than that.
Yeah, and then you get an email saying that positive or negative. We got negative, obviously.
Well, it doesn't say that. This was the only confusion bit.
It says not present.
Yeah, so I was expecting to say negative or positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's present or not present.
So we did sit there a while, like.
Does that mean
So
we
we
can
don't
go?
have it. Yeah, they give you a little like paper bracelet, like you would have at like a festival or
Yeah.
whatever, to say that you're COVID free.
So-
And
Okay. So you had to do the swab yourself. You didn't have somebody
Yeah.
else do it. Okay.
Yeah, which is a lot better in my opinion.
I would think so
Like,
too.
Brain.
I mean, but neither one of us have ever had to have had a COVID test yet. So it still makes me nervous. You know,
Makes me
to
nervous.
think of somebody else sticking a swab up your nose. But
Well, yeah, because how do they know how far up to go?
yeah, it's like, okay, don't go farther than this. Just can I put my finger there and say, don't go farther than the line?
You actually tickled my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really easy. And then
Oh, just 5 circles, wasn't it? In each nostril. That's all it was. It's
Okay.
really quick. And then you just put in this liquid, break the fin off. And then off you go. They put a sticker on it so you know who it is for. And like Emma said, you get an email and good to go.
they're
It
giving
was-
you they're giving you arrival times as well.
Yeah.
So there's not too many people there at the same time. And it also means like, you know, the welcome party thing they do. Oh, I don't know if they do that on every cruise, but for us, Mickey and Minnie did a little dance.
Yeah.
A little
Right.
wave.
Yeah.
There's only like 10 families, 12 families in there at a time.
Yeah.
And you're all on your own little, looks like a pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really easy.
I would imagine that it would probably be the same kind of situation here. You know, because I've read that they want you to upload your vaccine card,
Right.
and then I'm assuming that everybody here, when Disney Cruise Line first announced that they were going to be starting up the cruises, it was if you had your vaccines, you don't have to test. This was
Okay.
when it first came out. And then the people who hadn't had their shots did have to test.
Right.
But I think they changed it. I think they changed it maybe like a couple months ago, that now, you know, you have to have your vaccine and maybe you have to test too.
I'm
So
trying to figure it out.
Bob's trying to find it. So
Yeah.
I mean, the way they done it, because a lot of countries I know, your sister's gone to Paris,
Yeah.
and
they're
that
in France.
she had to prove each venue she's going in that she's had a vaccine.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of different ways you can prove that.
Well, France are accepting the NHS COVID. It's called a COVID passport here.
just that.
So I assume everybody will have something similar.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just a part of our medical records that you
I
can
think
see.
maybe I can get mine up. But
Yeah, what's it called? Scream something.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
but it was really easy anyway. I think when you go in and pick your arrival time for the cruise, that had a few steps on there as well for the COVID-y thing.
yeah,
But it again was really easy. So
Project Scream, it's called.
Project Screen.
So was your cruise was it full or was it just the halfway full, or do you know what the capacity of the ship was?
No, I don't know what the capacity was, but it was fuller than they were at the beginning.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it didn't feel busy. Only one day it felt busy.
And but it probably was nearly full then. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's all right.
Um,
It's like-
Probably was nearly full. Because it was busy when it was raining that day, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, everyone just concentrated in one area. Sorry, Louis, stop it.
So Disney Cruise Line says that all the ships have begun sailing again.
Okay.
Bring it on.
So the Wonder is sailing out of California right now.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
From
that's-
San Diego.
You guys were on the Magic,
The
right?
Magic will start
Right.
sailing back here on the 28th of October.
Which is soon.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks, the Magic will be back to
So
the
does it say
United
anything
States.
The people going on that cruise, what they got to do?
Well, it says everybody has to be vaccinated and tested.
Are they doing a transatlantic cruise, or are they just?
I
sailing
don't
the
know if they're
Magic
doing the
back?
transatlantic cruise this year.
Okay. I hadn't seen
It
it.
just says this is
advertised.
all it gives me is information if you're sailing from the US.
Okay.
So it
Right.
doesn't tell me if you're
So
sailing
it
from
says you still have to test.
It says
even if
all
you're
passengers have to be fully vaccinated and test.
Okay. Because originally it was if you're vaccinated, you don't have to test. But if you're not vaccinated, you do have to test, and they'll charge the cost of the test to your stateroom.
Oh, right.
But I also read that may have changed, that they may Disney may eat the cost of the testing. Like it's on them.
We
Did you
didn't
guys?
pay to test
I
it.
was going to ask you that. Did you have to pay
Yeah,
for your
it's like
tests?
if they're going to make you test, then they should have.
They
to
might
pay
as
for it.
well. Yeah.
I mean, if it was the other way around, where it was a choice, then yes, that's your choice. If you're not
Well,
vaccinated,
I
It's
imagine.
in the price anyway.
Well,
probably.
that and also testing in the UK is free.
Yeah.
We don't pay.
Oh, okay.
to test
Well,
anyway.
that's what's
it is
weird.
here too, depending on where you get
Depending
tested.
on where you get tested here, sometimes it's free. Sometimes.
Well, if you go to like the county or the
Walgreens does free tests. I
yeah,
think,
it
there
just
too.
depends on who you go to
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
and
They
how fast you want the
deal.
test back.
Yeah.
They must have done a deal with the NHS or with Prenetics or whoever it is
Yeah,
we
yeah.
tested with.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it was really easy.
It was for us anyway. I know other people's like watched their vlogs and that other people's had more difficult than we did. But
yeah.
I mean we was in and out in an hour. Really, everything
Well,
was
that's
done
good.
and on the boat really within an hour.
Yeah.
What's really good. I was quite impressed
That
by
is
that.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we wear masks indoors everywhere.
What I don't understand at all, if everyone's got a vaccine,
If everybody's tested and they're
you have to wear.
free of it,
Yeah, I don't
That's
understand.
kind of what I don't understand either. Is everybody is tested right before they get on the ship?
Yeah.
Why do you have to wear a mask inside? I don't get it.
It's a safe space, so why? Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. And
Yeah.
a couple of times when I was around no one, I took mine off, and when you sat down eating, I took mine off because it just didn't make sense to me.
Well, I did notice too when you guys were sitting, when you were doing like trivia or something like that, were you allowed to take it off when you were sitting?
I did. I mean,
You were allowed to take it off if you had a drink
Okay.
or food.
So just constantly eat and drink and you're fine, right?
Right. So I mean, there were times where like, so we assume as long as you're sat still and you're not like going around breathing on everyone,
yeah,
you're good. And they weren't really saying anything when you were sat down, but to be fair, they didn't massively police it anyway, which confused us. They were doing lots of like game showy things,
Right.
and they were calling people up to be like team leaders.
Yeah.
And a couple of those didn't put their mask on, even though they asked them a couple of times, and then they didn't, and then they just carried on with the game.
But then they was really keen on karaoke nights. Really keen that you had your mask on when you're singing.
Yeah,
and they wiped
Hi,
the mic down, everything, didn't they? So
Yeah.
really keen on certain things, just really wasn't on other stuff.
Yeah, and I think for me, in that sense, you either have to police it all or not at all, because what's the point in wiping down the microphone if people are running around breathing on everybody anyway?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I guess it was strange because masks were already. You don't have to wear masks at the moment in the UK. It's not compulsory. But then you got on the ship and you did have to wear masks.
Yeah.
So I
a bit
suppose
strange.
that might have been where people were like, well,
Yeah.
all of these people are from the UK.
Right.
Anyway, so
well, that's the way it is with Disney at Florida.
Yeah.
Florida, you don't have to wear a mask anywhere.
Okay.
Except
Indoors,
for at Disney.
except at Disney.
Inside.
Inside.
You sit in Disney, or is there some that they more, because obviously because it's Florida like UK, if you don't have to wear it, are people wearing them or not wearing them?
No, Disney's very strict.
When you're inside, you wear it.
Yeah, they're very strict about if you're going in for a ride or whatever. They're like, especially Disneyland, even when we were there last weekend, they made you step aside before you could even go in a building if you didn't have your mask on. They're like, it's not like, oh, I'll put it on as soon as I get in. They were like, you need to move to the side and put it on before I'll let you in the building. So, but I mean, it was.
But everywhere else was like, nobody cared.
Yeah, and at Universal at Florida, it's
Universal. You don't have to wear it anywhere.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
So.
I don't understand on the cruise ship because, like you said, it's contained. You know everyone's safe. You know everyone's been tested and vaccines. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
We wanted to watch it, so we followed the rules.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem at all. It didn't bother me at all. But yeah, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, usually, I mean, really, if you think about it, it's just getting from point A to point B. Just when you're inside, and if you're getting to somewhere to sit down, and then as soon as you sit down, you can take it off. It's
right.
Yeah.
For me, it's not that big of a deal personally.
No, it's having it on. We had it on during the shows. You weren't allowed to take it off during like
Okay.
big shows.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my next question. Did you have to make reservations for the shows, or did you just go in?
No, so they had I can't remember what it's called, like something about a dream. That show.
One Man's Dream. Or,
One Man's Dream.
Yeah, and then we had a Rapunzel show, Rapunzel the musical as well. So the Rapunzel show, they booked it for us in the app, but we could go to any showing.
Yeah.
But they scheduled us in for that one, and they did the same with the other show. They put it in our schedule.
Yeah.
But we could have gone to anyone.
Okay.
But the first cruises they had to book, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
So they relaxed that a bit as it went on, because I guess the capacity went up a bit, and
they had us sitting like with one chair between the next group.
Yeah.
So
did they seat you, or did you get to just choose your own seats?
It was a bit of both. They were seating people, but we didn't go all the way down to where they were seating. We were like, we'll just sit here, and they were fine with that. So,
okay.
But they were like, as it was getting more full, they were seating people, weren't they?
Yeah.
So there were people there, like kind of ushering you in, but
it wasn't a big deal at all. Though I mean, like I say,
No.
I think you could have went up whenever you wanted to go. You could have got in, I think.
yeah. But they only had one showing. They had two showings of the Rapunzel show. So one while we were in dinner, and then one while the early sitting was in dinner. And then they had 4 showings,
Yeah.
3 or 4 of the other show. But we had one day where it was a complete washout, didn't we? So we also then had to do the Frozen freezing the night away thing. So that was all on one day. So I imagine that quieter that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because normally it's like half of the people go to dinner, half the people go to the shows.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it's set up. Y'all had a massive table to yourselves.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
What was it like for a table of 6? They put you guys in.
I was like, you guys could have like had little made up people sitting with you.
Yeah.
We just used all your special food. That's all it was.
Hi Wayne, how are you?
It's like, and you
Yeah,
could
I'm
have
not really
conversations.
sure how that happened, because there were empty tables as well for like 4.
But it's nice because normally if you go as a couple, you're normally in the corner on the smallest table ever, and you don't have no space. So it's nice to have a bigger table.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would like for them to keep, is them sitting you at a private table.
Well, we always get set at a private
well,
table
that's because
anyway.
we've had to request a private
you
table.
request it, you usually get it.
Yeah, you usually get it, but I prefer, just having a private table. I hope that
I think
they keep that without you having to request it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was surprised how close together the tables were, actually, because they were social distancing everybody, and like they had the circles on the floor saying like stand here, and then the tables were, I mean, probably how they normally are.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I love the fact that they follow you around to different restaurants. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was one thing that we really, really liked about the Disney cruises too, is and for those of you in the chat that have never been on a Disney cruise, your service team, your waiter and their assistant, they follow you.
Well, even the maitre d', the whole
and
staff.
the whole staff pretty much. They follow you. You have a dining rotation. So like on Emma and John's 3-night cruise, there's 3 different restaurants that they filter you through, and your service team follows you around each night. So they get to know you really well, and you get to know them, and
it's
it's
amazing. That's the customer service is amazing, and that's just the sprinkled dust, isn't it? That's just perfect.
I agree. I think that's been, one of our favorite things. Not the last one we went on, the cruise that we went on from California to Canada, our waiters were amazing. I mean, I was sad to leave because I was going to miss them.
Mm-hmm.
They were great.
That was 5 nights.
That was 5 nights.
Yeah.
So, you get to know them and you joke around with them, and that's one of my favorite parts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then nothing was too much hassle at all. There was one night that I finished my main, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted that whole main again. And it was just no problem at all, was there at all? What's amazing.
Yeah. So yes, Brian, it depends on the ship that you're on.
There's 1 or 2.
Yeah, it depends. The 2 bigger ships, the Dream and the Fantasy, have 2 restaurants that you pay extra for. The Magic and the Wonder, I'm
Only
not
have
sure about what the Wish is going to do. I think the Wish
is the 2, because it's a big ship. It has 2. It has
So the
remaining
Magic and the Wonder just have Palo. and the Dream and the Fantasy have Remy and
Paolo.
Paolo, and I think the Wish is going to have
It's gonna have
something
a
different.
Yeah, like a
Oh.
Cinderella or something.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
So you guys went to Paolo. Do you
Yeah.
want to talk about that, even though your vlog isn't out yet?
Yeah.
we
I'm
can do.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, and we are going to do a video about it. So if you want to catch like full details when we sat and actually thought about it, shameless plug. But yeah, no, it was really, really fancy.
It was really nice.
Way fancier than I am.
Well,
Did you do dinner or did you do brunch?
We did brunch.
Okay.
Which for us, I think, worked out perfectly because we were only on the boat for 3 nights. So we got to try each of the restaurants. And we're also not big breakfast people.
No.
So brunch was ideal, wasn't it? And we didn't really try like lunches. Really, did we on the cruise?
We never really went to Cabanas.
We went once, but just for like picky bits.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really, really fancy. We arrived a little bit early, but they sat us anyway.
It was well worth extra money, without a doubt.
It was really quiet in there, wasn't it?
It was.
Do you remember what the upcharge was?
45 each, was it?
Okay.
I think it's not too
Which
bad.
isn't bad at all, I don't think.
For the food quality and how much food you got was amazing.
Yeah.
Because you had a complimentary drink as well with it, champagne or
A mimosa?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be drinking both because you don't drink either.
No, you could have mine.
I know. All of a sudden, John likes champagne.
It was okay. You
since
had to. You had to. No, it was all right.
I was like, score, but no.
No, it was nice. It was, and at the back of his ship where the restaurant is, you had lovely views. It was a nice day that day, and you could see the sea, and obviously you can see the boats, and that it was just lovely. It was a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just chilled.
Yeah, I don't think for the experience, we've never gotten lucky enough to get a reservation for Paolo because the cruises that we've been on have been chock full. And
Right.
you have to book like, right away. And we haven't actually, I think you can actually go up the day of embarkation. You can go up to the restaurant and get on maybe the wait list or see if they have any walk-up availability.
They usually have some for day of.
But we haven't been able to do that.
Well, it's because I have to wear pants.
Bob doesn't want to wear pants.
I don't want to have to wear pants. And then
Can you not just wear fancy shorts?
No,
you have
you're
to
not
wear.
allowed
You
to
have to.
shorts.
You can't even wear tennis shoes.
No, you can't wear sneakers.
I didn't even know what a dress code was really.
No, we dressed up-ish.
Yeah.
Well,
You
not
dressed
really.
appropriately.
Yeah,
I had a dress on, so it counts.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I didn't know when they would turn you away or anything.
You're not allowed to wear jeans. You're not allowed to wear shorts. You're not allowed to wear sneakers
right.
Or
Okay.
flip flops.
or flip flops.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to
Depends on the
wear.
If a ship's gone somewhere hot, that might be a problem. But
And Remy, you have to wear a jacket.
Yeah, Remy, you have to wear a jacket. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the other reasons why we haven't gone is because Bob's. And that's it's funny because that's one of the main reasons we started cruising on Disney Cruise Line is you can go to the main dining rooms at night and not have to wear pants.
Yeah.
You have to wear something on the bottom besides, your skivvies, but you can wear shorts.
Yeah.
And
There was a proper mix as well for us, wasn't
A
there?
lot of people dressed up though.
Lots of people dressed up, but there were also lots of people like
Yeah.
t-shirts and jeans or whatever they fancied, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So,
I think, Brian, on the longer cruises, I think there's a formal optional night.
Yeah, there is.
But it's not like a real. Usually, they have a meet your crew kind of
Yes.
cocktail reception,
And that's usually the formal night.
and that's usually the formal night. But it's very very.
It's formal
optional.
optional. If you want to, you can. And a lot of people do. They dress to the nines. They're like
Yeah.
dresses, suits.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
actually seen people
I've
in
seen
tuxes,
seen ladies in like full on
ball
long
gowns.
ball gowns and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
we've never. The most we've ever done is take Halloween costumes
we did
And
notice
pirate costumes.
and pirate costumes. You could pack a lot of like luggage just doing pirate night and if
And
you do Halloween.
I really would like. We didn't really have any themed
Not
nights.
at all. Didn't have time, to be fair.
Well, they didn't have any, did
No.
they? Either. But they weren't
but a longer
really doing it.
cruise, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
They were. We did notice there was a group of, well, one specific group of ladies that were Disney bounding, but I wouldn't call it bounding. I think personally they were dressing up as the characters, and some of them were so realistic. I was really surprised that they were allowed to do it. Like there was one lady dressed as Mary Poppins, and you wouldn't believe that she wasn't Mary Poppins. You know? Which did surprise me because you're not allowed to do that in the parks.
You're not, and I suppose because she was so good, the kids would get confused with that.
The only way we noticed is she had stilettos on.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I was like, Mary Poppins would never.
Mary Poppins does not. Hi, Cindy. How you doing? Oh, so you guys are dressing up for formal night. That's awesome. Wayne says he's going to go buy a white James Bond suit. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you go,
one.
yeah.
Sequence. Yeah, but we really enjoyed Paolo's. It was
well worth the extra money.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
So how did it work? Because I know in the past, before they changed everything, you would go up and there was it was kind of like California Grill a little bit. They would have a buffet, but then you'd order like a main off of the menu, right? So was everything just off the menu?
Yeah.
What I prefer, I don't really like a buffet anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer having the options and a sort of table. So I think because you spend more time with your family or your party with, what I think that's nicer to rather than one person always being away from the conversation.
Right.
I like it. I get exercise.
I know you like the buffet.
I think it was a smaller menu than it normally is. I think
I was going to ask you that too. But did it seem like you could order as much as you wanted, or were you limited to like one?
No, you could order what you wanted.
They insisted many a times that if you want any more, let us know. And we'll get it. Like that one evening, we had awful to say, but was it 4 or 5 mains between us?
Yeah, we tried a lot of the meats.
What's mad, you know? And
I always do that.
Yeah, you do that all the
I
time.
get 2 entrees every time.
Every time.
I get usually a pasta and a meat.
But that's at the regular
That's at the regular
restaurants.
Yeah, that was at the regular restaurants. But when we were done at Paolo's, he was trying to get us more things, wasn't he? And we were like, no, it's lunchtime and we will die. Like we have things to do. But you could order whatever you wanted. And we tried like a fish board thing. Yeah. And then we both had,
I can't remember what we had. I had chicken, I think.
Yeah,
chicken,
and Mickey waffle.
Yeah.
You gotta have a Mickey waffle.
No,
right?
You no, you don't.
You cannot be on a Disney ship and not have a Mickey waffle. That's just wrong.
I can.
I'd have one.
What a
loser. See, Team Emma.
I don't do with Mickey waffles.
Yeah.
Ever.
I never had Mickey
waffles. It's like one time when we were on our Disney Wonder Cruise that was on the California coast, we had one of our servers, the assistant waiter name was Jack. We called him Mama Jack because every time
he kept feeding us.
Because he would come up to the table and if we hadn't finished something and before he took the plate, he goes, just one more bite,
one more bite,
just one more bite. You know, it was great. It was all good fun and stuff. And when we were at Tiana's place, we were all trying to figure out what we wanted with, beignets and dessert and stuff. He goes, I got you. He brought us one of everything.
And,
and 3 orders of beignets.
Yeah. So we had like the 3 desserts and 3 orders of beignets. We had like a table full.
It just was dessert table.
Of dessert. It was amazing. But yeah, that's why we called him Mama Jack, is because he was like, you just take one more bite.
You know, he was amazing.
The recommendations made me laugh because they were recommending things, but the menus I don't know if they're normally this small or like there was only like 4 starters, maybe.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
I think that's about how it is.
That's usually normally how it is.
Recommending like 3 out of the 4. So so just don't get this one.
Right, and we noticed that too. A couple of times, Bob would order something, and
I ordered a pasta one time, and Jack goes,
"Are
you sure you want that pasta?" And I'm like,
"People don't like it."
And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Nobody likes that pasta."
Well, then why is it on the menu?
Right.
I know. I liked it. Because when he brought it, I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, he was like, "Do you like it?"
Yeah.
And he asked me, he goes, "So how was it?" I go, "I thought it was great. I don't know what people were talking about."
Yeah, no, it was good. We liked Paolo's.
We did.
We liked
Luminaires was awesome.
Yeah, Luminaires was your favourite, wasn't it?
Without a doubt. The only one was less. It was nice, but wasn't as nice. Was
Animator's Palette.
That wasn't. the menu choices wasn't great.
I think that's kind of been my least favorite too. I love it for the show.
Yeah.
And for the, because Animator's Palette has all these TV screens all around the restaurant, and they play, Disney, like movies, snippets of movies and things like that. And then the lights usually change, as you're there.
Yeah, you watch it go from a pencil drawing all the way to a full animated.
Did you guys didn't have where you would draw? Did you have where you would draw and they would animate it?
Yeah.
Or was that just on the okay?
No, that was that was that.
Yeah,
was
but
good.
we didn't really like the food on that one, did we?
No, I mean, yeah, you didn't like yours at all. Mine was okay, and we could have asked for other stuff, but we split up anyway, so it wouldn't really bother us.
Yeah.
But it was
on the big ships, the Dream and the Fantasy, they have Crush.
They do.
They don't do the same thing at Animator's
really?
Palette. Yeah, they have Crush that interacts with everybody in the restaurant.
Well, on the Dream, we've never been on the Fantasy.
Well, the Dream and the Fantasy are the same. They
Yeah.
do the same thing because the Wonder and the Magic do the same thing.
True.
So.
But we didn't get to draw.
No, we didn't get to draw, but we had the same show.
That's true.
So.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, the drawing was fun.
Yeah.
I don't think they started the drawing yet. I think that was new.
It must be new.
Because when this was like in 2018.
Yeah.
I think they started the drawing in like in 19.
It was fun. Yeah.
I think as well, like the Rapunzel's menu was Rapunzel-y themed. Lumiere's was Frenchy,
Yeah.
French, yeah.
And then Animator's Palette was just, here's some food.
Yeah.
Order that, and they could have done something different with it.
Don't get me wrong; it wasn't disgusting by any means. It was just as nice. That's all.
It just wasn't your favorite.
I think that's the one thing about Disney Cruise Line. The only negative, I guess you could say, is they don't change up the menus very often. Because it seems like the menus that they had 3 years ago
are still the same. You still get the truffle per set.
Yeah, so I wish they would kind of switch it up, at least like every year.
Well, they're good. It's just, just get something different. And then, when you're in like from the US, just about every US sailing has a Pirates Night. So there's always a pirate menu.
Right.
On Pirate Night.
So. At least that would have mixed it up a bit though.
Yeah. Even on the 3-night cruises, there's a Pirate Night.
Yeah. We did find though we only tried cabanas once, but that was good, and we liked the little booths they've got near the swimming pools. We thought the food, considering it's like a grab and go kind of situation, and we thought that was really.
Yeah, it was nice enough. It was daytime good stuff, isn't it? It's just burger. And
it's like quick service in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I liked though about up there on the pool deck is they have those places you can grab a sandwich or a burger or chicken strips or like a salad. Or, I mean, because I don't know about you guys, but on Disney cruises, we're just eating all the time.
We were only on for 3 days.
We're eating.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm always full.
It's like we sit on deck, we get French fries.
Yeah, it's like, it's there.
The
and
soft serve
included.
ice cream. We get the soft serve ice cream.
Yeah.
I love
it. Wasn't warm enough for ice cream on our cruise. We did feel very sorry for the one, because it was absolutely hammering it down on the second day of our cruise, and they still had that poor ice cream man stood there in his like raincoat,
He's
nearly going out to sea, being like, somebody take an ice cream.
I'm curious, when we did California to Vancouver, we had one day that was kind of chilly. And they brought out blankets.
Yeah, we had.
Did they do that for you guys?
We had one show freeze night away the last night, and it was really cold. And so the towel stations, they took a towel out, blankets in.
Yeah,
I think that's really
that
nice.
was really awesome.
Yeah,
it was nice, because otherwise everyone, and especially like little kids in the little Elsa dresses and stuff, they're not very thick, those dresses, are they? You don't really dress for it, because like you said earlier, you're just kind of walking from one place to get back inside to go to another place, aren't you? So you don't really walk around in a big jumper or a coat or whatever. So yeah, no, it was
I loved that. What's that bar called? That last one we went to, the up top shift, the adults bit. That was a nice bar. Was it called? By swimming pool, he had that.
Oh, is it Signals?
Is it Signals? That was a nice bar.
Oh yeah, where the adults pool is.
That's a lovely place to hang out. That's just what people watch and have a beer.
Well, as I said, if you don't have kids, the adult area is amazing.
I know. That's another great thing is a lot of people think, well, I can't take a Disney cruise because I don't have kids.
Yeah.
But there's so much to do for adults without the kids,
and where there's kid-free areas.
Yeah, there's a lot of kid-free areas, and like the adults-only pool, and the bars,
and the clubs down, on the third floor or fourth
deck.
Second? that you know, after a certain hour, kids aren't allowed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, all the bars was amazing. To be fair, I enjoyed all.
I love the bars.
Did you guys
go to the Skyline bar?
To all the bars or just
Skyline bar?
Maybe I don't know if they have the Skyline bar on that one.
I think the only one we didn't do was the
Keys.
Okay.
The piano bar.
At that time, we were talking about a couple of times.
I know.
Does it drive me crazy?
No, there's a little spider on the wall
that's crawling all over
behind us. It's like crawling all over the place.
He's having a good little trip.
He's having a good old time back there.
The only thing I would say, and I don't know if this would be the same for any other cruise, or if it's just because we didn't get off the boat at all, but they weren't very creative with like the entertainment that they had on. It was trivia after trivia after trivia.
You're right.
And the first day we got on there was great.
Yeah.
We had a great time. But by the third day, we were doing trivia, and some of the questions they'd asked were the same questions they asked on day one.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, the evening entertainment was amazing, and the show was amazing. It's just because we didn't get off the boat, it felt like we're going from one quiz to another quiz,
right.
Another quiz, or one music quiz to another music quiz.
Yeah, or like a game show. And the game shows were fun, but they were all really similar.
Yeah.
And then there was karaoke both nights, wasn't there? Like 2 nights.
Yeah.
I just think, and it wouldn't have been difficult to mix that up a little bit, and also they have people on the boat that do shows, because they're there doing the shows. They could have just done little scenes or something. I don't know, something different.
I mean, there was a woman on there playing violin. She was amazing.
Yeah,
if they utilised her a couple more times around your ship, or someone sang, or like a show,
they didn't really have any like singers or anything like that. It was just like, quiz, draw.
That's a little bit different from the cruises that we've been on, because usually they'll always have somebody in the main lobby either playing the piano or singing, or in one of the other like lounges they'll have somebody singing, or the bars still have live entertainment, or they'll have a comedian or something like that.
They'll have bingo.
We met a couple on there. He just amazing. They done the cruise before us and decided not to get off the ship. Was amazing.
Must be nice.
And they were saying that the bingo is very restricted.
Well, once they'd mentioned it, we noticed that not the bingo. They were saying the cast members that do the entertainment are a little bit. She said a little bit Butlins, which is like a holiday park over here, and they're all like, I don't know, kind of egging you on to have they're like kids club entertainment,
okay,
for grown-ups. And once she'd said it
was obvious.
You couldn't stop noticing it, and they were saying things like, "I'm from Worcestershire, like the sauce," and you're like.
And he says that every time.
And we heard that 3 times, and it's the same people going to the same thing. So you'd think after day 1, maybe stop saying it because we've all seen you already.
Right.
You would think.
Yeah, but I don't think that would be a problem on a normal cruise, because we were getting up at 9 and starting all these quizzy things then, and not stopping until 1. 12:1.
But I didn't notice it in the evening. I only noticed that in the daytime. The evening entertainment was far better, in my opinion, than the daytime entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice that. And
you can kind of tell they're set up for Americans. A lot of the jokes they were making, they then had to explain, or they were talking about a strimmer, which cuts.
What?
I can't remember what that's called.
I can't remember what they said. What do you call strimmers?
Cuts the edges of your grass.
Streamer? I don't understand what you're saying.
The edge of your garden, you've got the long grass. It cuts that.
Oh, an edger. We call it an edger.
Right.
I
think maybe he called
weed whacker. Weed whacker.
Weed whacker. That was it.
That's what
the weed whacker.
He was making jokes about that, wasn't he? And
you don't even know what a weed whacker is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Brian. Streamers, for parties.
Confettis. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so
it doesn't even translate when you're saying it.
So, what was there anything about your cruise that surprised you that you weren't expecting?
Good or bad?
Both.
I loved every second of the cruise, even though we just said about daytime entertainment. No, but it surprised.
Well, because I remember before you guys went, I think you and Emma kind of flip-flopped. Like at first, when you guys booked your cruise, John was like, let's go. And Emma was like, I'm not sure there's going to be enough for us to do. And then like the month before your cruise, John was like, did we make the right choice booking a cruise?
Yeah.
So like to watch your cruise vlogs, to see you like, I love every single minute of this. Yeah. I was curious if there was anything like that surprised you that you were expecting.
Disney World on a small... It feels more intimate. It feels just in your face. It's amazing. And there's a couple of times I said in the vlogs that this is what we needed. This is exactly what we needed.
Well, somebody counted 3,000 awesomes from you in the first.
Yeah. But no, I was surprised just how easy everything was.
Yeah, people had been complaining there weren't enough character meets before we went, so I was a little bit about that before we got there. But actually, there were tons. So I think it was a lot of like right place, right time.
Yeah.
And they were coming out at the end of like the quizzes and like the game showy things. So if you weren't there, you wouldn't have seen them.
Yeah.
But they had some like around the main atrium area, didn't they? So.
There's only two things slightly negative, from my opinion, would be the coffee, because I hate coffees. If it had a Starbucks on there, it would be amazing.
Well, they're never sponsoring us now.
And
you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
And only on this cruise, they had trouble with their merch, so we didn't actually buy any merch.
You didn't buy anything at all?
No, because it was just nothing.
That's everywhere though. Even the parks.
Even the parks.
Their merch is like
having
sad.
trouble.
It is sad.
Yeah, they're having trouble with the merch right now.
So that's a COVID thing. If you guys had gone pre-COVID, it'd have been a whole different story.
If you had a T-shirt like yours, I would have bought that straight away. Something like that. That's what we were looking for.
They had some Disney Cruise Line stuff, but it was all the stuff that nobody else wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and it was all like neon or like had massive Mickey Mouse on the front with his sailor. And like, they're cute, but where are you wearing that other than
Disney or Disney Cruise Line?
Well, yeah, which we.
I wear it to church. All right, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think I picked up a couple
of church.
If I did, it would be a church where the mouse was accepted. Okay.
But they didn't have a single pin. They had nothing with Disney magic on it. Wow. When we got onto the boat, the shops were obviously shut when we first got there. They had 7 lounge flies. That is it.
7?
Yeah, and I think they had 12 Disney Magic Spirit jerseys.
Wow.
And I spoke to one lady that had got one, and her husband queued up 3 hours. And like, we were only on the cruise for 72 hours, so.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of your vacation standing in a queue.
And some people, they were saying, some people have been buying like 3 or 4. If they seen them there, they bought 3 or 4 to then sell to other people. So when you were queuing up for your shop,
that's not very fair, I don't think.
No, and you could queue up for 3 hours, get to the front, and still nothing. They did have some Dooney and Burks on there, but they only had about 5 or 6 of those, and they went straight away as well.
But that's only a slight negative, because we knew that before we got on. It didn't at all spoil anything. It was, you know, I loved
it. They didn't even have any plushes, did they?
They had very little, yeah.
They have nothing with Disney Magic on it. Full stop, end of. And very little with
full stop, end of.
We didn't have a lot with Disney Cruise on there at all.
No.
And that's the only other thing for some people that might not know is they don't open the shops until you're actually at sea.
Yeah.
So the shops are shut when you're in port.
Because it has to do with the duty free.
Yeah, it has to do with the taxes and stuff like that. Hey, Kurt, how you doing?
Which doesn't really make sense because we didn't leave English water.
No, you never got out of internet. That doesn't make sense at all. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is if you sail from here.
Yeah, same with here is the shops don't open until you're actually leave port. I think until you get out to international waters even.
Yeah.
So it may even be like an hour after you leave port.
Before they open the
shops.
They were saying that it was to do with not being able to get the product from America to the UK, which I personally don't believe because, I mean...
No, because it comes from China anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they knew they were running out of stock on the first couple of cruises. So we didn't cruise on the first couple of cruises. So surely by the time it gets to when we're there, they could have got it over. They could have swam it.
Yeah.
You would have
if that was true, why is the merch bad in the parks as well?
Well, right now there's this big thing going on because you know how all the container ships, they come from overseas to like California. There's lots of big container ships right now sitting off the coast of California that can't get unloaded because they don't have the people to unload the ships.
I see. Okay.
When we left from California last weekend and we took off out of Long Beach, and we took off and flew over the ocean and then back, I saw 7 or 8 container ships sitting off the coast of California full of stuff.
Full of containers.
So the Disney ships weren't sailing anywhere while we were on the cruises.
I don't understand why they had such a hard time getting merged.
They can.
But they can unload it at the port.
Yeah, they can unload it.
No, they can't.
It's all sitting on containers and ships.
Yeah, it's all on the ships.
Oh, they physically don't have it. Right.
No, it's like it's not even on. It's not on shore.
Yeah,
it's all sitting off the coast.
Or they may be having a problem just getting it from wherever it's coming from.
Well, there's all sorts of supply problems here because it's just retarded.
Next time we're in Disney, or I see a Spirit jersey with Disney Cruise Line on it, I'll buy that one as well.
It's a bit silly because I imagine there were a lot of people in our position who were ready to spend the money. Like we took enough money on there to buy stuff, and we bought nothing.
Could have bought the ship probably.
We knew we wanted like Spirit jerseys and maybe like a painting, or there were no pictures or anything like that. So we didn't buy anything. So we came back and put the money back in our savings. We're like, well,
we'll have it for next time. I was surprised. It was a couple trips ago. We went to Disney World. They had a shop. What was it? Disney style store in downtown Disney. They had Disney Cruise Line merch in the shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're in the co-op, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it was in the co-op.
Yeah, it's in the co-op. Disney styles.
They didn't have it last time we were there because they had like retro merch.
Oh, because they're trying to send that all to where the cruises are going.
I guess. Oh, maybe so, because all the cruises from the US are going.
Well, next time we're there, we're gonna have to give that a go then.
Yeah.
Need more money.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of the magic shots as well.
Yeah, I think that was a good idea. I think that's amazing to meet the characters. I know you're not big on meeting characters, but just for a quick photo, the way they've set it out was really good.
It worked really well for us because we're not big chatters.
Right.
I don't want to be like, oh, hey, Mickey, how's your day been? Well,
right.
The weather's nice. You know, we just want a selfie and then I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it's set up for. It is set up for you to take a quick selfie. They do a couple of poses.
Yeah.
Not that. And then they do some voguing and then but then saying that though, the princesses, we didn't meet any of the princesses, but they were taking a lot of time with the little kids.
Yeah.
So I suppose.
And there's some incredible characters because they had a couple of Marvel ones on the
Thor
Marvel Day.
was there.
What's unusual?
Thor came.
Yeah.
And Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a good. I like how that was set up because it means you don't have to like.
Yeah, it kind of takes the pressure off from having to sit and chat for a while, I think. Because I think I would like that a little bit more. They just kind of like walk you through. You take a couple of selfies and then. That's
it. Just let the camera go and you do their bit and off you go again.
Yeah, they put a couple of the characters on the. I don't know if it's in the vlogs that are coming out next week, but on the balcony areas, and then close the doors behind them. And we had like 20 minutes of Stitch being dramatic, and then next time we walked past, it was Daisy like catwalking up and down. And they were just being really dramatic about it, weren't they? But,
John, did you go to the like adults coffee shop?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
That was
the Cove Bar.
Was that better?
That's the only coffee I enjoyed on board.
And they had Rice Krispie treats in there.
Oh. Yeah. So
they went.
Well, if you like it strong, get the cold brew.
Okay.
Because it's stronger, and they have that really fancy cold brew apparatus there. Yeah.
It's just the aftertaste of a Joffrey's. It just didn't.
Yeah. I was wondering if Chris's real name was Richard.
Is it?
No.
It's like I always get the cold brew on board ship because, like you said, Joffrey's is.
It's too weak. It's too weak.
It's like it's like drinking water that is. They drain the coffee through water.
Didn't the cruises that we have on? Couldn't you get like a punch card at the Cove Cove Cafe, and
Oh,
then
really?
Yeah, and if you bought 5, you get 1 free or something like
Oh
that.
wow, that might be worth doing if you're on a longer cruise.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go,
Oh, I would do that on a
every-
3-night cruise
every-
because I'd get one
you'd
and
get
I get
twice
one
a
in the
day.
morning and one in the evening.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, because it was Joffrey's coffee at the. We went to Lumiere's for breakfast
Yeah.
one morning, and that was Joffrey's as well, wasn't it?
but that's a nice area as well to sit down and chill out because that
Mhm.
Cove Cap is lovely.
Yeah, the
Cove
Cove
is
Cafe
nice.
is nice. I like the Cove Cafe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it in there, and I don't even drink coffee.
yeah, the Rice Krispie treat.
I just sat with my Rice Krispie treat.
And you're
But-
like, yum.
So
Well,
did you
the
have
ones- Good.
did you have one thing that was like your absolute favorite that you could pick?
What food wise?
No,
No, anything.
Just anything.
I think the Rapunzel show, because I think they only show that on the Magic, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty good.
I wouldn't say Rapunzel. I'd say that Untitled Dreams. So
But I think you can see that on a lot of them, can't you?
I don't know, but that was
That was
amazing.
really good, though.
I've
Did
never
you?
seen that one.
Rapunzel?
No, the Dream one.
Oh,
Usually that's on the first day, and I don't really care about it.
no, the
Close
cruises that we've been on, they had the Mickey Award. What was it?
Well, that's the
Golden
first day, the
Mickeys.
Gold Mickeys, but they do the Dream one on all the ships.
Yeah, I think I saw it, but you
I
didn't.
skipped it.
I loved that show. I thought it was great.
I don't know if it was because we didn't see anything for 2 years
Yeah.
and it felt like Disney. The first, if that makes sense, it just what you be missing, and that was like my first time. Like, oh, okay, now
They
we
do
now
a
we back.
show. They do a show in Paris. Oh, they used to. It's not there anymore. Thank you.
Yeah, Linda likes your haircut.
Mickey,
Folks.
Mickey and the Magician, and it was like Mickey left Donald on his own, and then Donald gets up to mischief, and all of these other Disney characters come through and like do some stuff, and then they sing a song, and then they go. It was the Dream one was like that,
Yeah.
which I think because it was similar, like it wasn't the same story, but it was a similar setup to that.
Yeah.
I think that's why I liked the Rapunzel one better, because it was basically Rapunzel the musical.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was amazing.
And the guy that played Maximus, the horse, he was
really
very funny.
Yeah, I just like to see all the characters.
Yeah.
You know, we have Fab Five in that because that just. I mean, Rapunzel was amazing because all the Fab Five, you know, Goofy, Mickey, the rest of them, it just felt like what we missed. you
Yeah.
know, and that's probably why I liked it as much as I did because we didn't have anything for 2 years like that.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
And I know you were saying, because I spoke to Kelly about the room a little while ago, because they were doing a lot of upgrades for the cruises we were on, and you were saying that's not normal.
No.
Not usually. Well, because the ships that we've been on, I think, have been 100% full.
Right.
So the kind of the cabin, unless you're really lucky, the cabin that you book is the cabin that you get, basically.
They were upgrading people from balconies or veranda rooms to concierge as well.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Major part of a ship, mind, but at the top deck, that concierge bit, that incredible.
John, we watched Adam Hatton and his.
Yeah, so did we. We watched that one, and it was like, holy cow! That cabin, that 1-bedroom cabin they had was huge.
Right.
Yeah.
But no.
When we win the lottery.
What is interesting is we've been on P&O cruises and we've been on the Disney one now.
Yeah.
The rooms almost identical inside
really?
and layout.
Yeah.
Like they're obviously decked out Disney, but I expected I don't
Layout
know why.
and size.
Yeah. I expected them to be a little smaller. maybe.
However, saying that, I love the fact that it's split bathrooms. That
Right.
shower and the sink and then the toilet.
it isn't on
It's not on a
P&O,
P&O.
but not all of the rooms are like that.
No, not all Disney cruise
Yeah,
ships.
you have to do a deluxe family.
When we were in
stateroom.
on our California cruise, we were in a small stateroom that only had the single bathroom.
Single bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, so ours had the split. So, but the room we were in, we obviously had the veranda, but when we were on P&O, we had a porthole, but without the veranda, they're I would say they're exactly the same size, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good size. I thought the bed was really comfortable.
Those
The
beds
cabin
are
was-
super comfy, I think.
Yeah. The cabin was a perfect size, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the balcony, but
That was nice.
also we've seen a vlog yesterday where someone had the porthole,
Mm-hmm.
They're massive.
and that was massive. Yeah, that was a good size because that wasn't like that in P&O.
Yeah, I think you can the cabins, I don't know if it's true on the smaller ships, but you can either get 2 small portholes or 1 giant one.
Okay.
It just depends on the cabin where it's
Yeah, it
located
depends on
the
where
ship.
you're at.
That might have been, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, we liked it.
It was amazing. Yeah, I loved.
We think it's funny that there's an Irish bar on there, and that the Irish bar looks like Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Looks like it belongs somewhere in the Slytherin.
Didn't we have an English pub on ours?
We did. Hi, Wayne. How are you doing? We did, but there were no. It was all American.
It was so funny because we were
stuff.
this was on the Wonder.
On the Wonder.
And I think the Dream has an English pub too.
I think so.
Yeah, because it has the phone box out in front of it.
Yeah, the red.
The red phone box. But and we were looking at the beer menu, and the only thing that was maybe UK was Guinness.
It was Guinness.
Yeah, it was Guinness.
That
There
was
was
it.
no English beer whatsoever on there.
I didn't notice.
All right. No, I didn't.
They had a lot of ales and IPAs, but I didn't.
Yeah, I
notice
didn't
who it was.
think to look. If I'm honest, I just went for what. Yeah.
It was like Budweiser. Yeah, that's real
I know.
English.
Right.
They were
I thought
selling
that was kind of bizarre.
Well,
Well, one thing I did notice though is like the cocktails and drinks. I don't think they're terribly expensive.
No, I don't think so either. They're not any more expensive than the
and
parks.
they're very strong.
Yeah.
They're quite strong.
Yeah.
I reckon they're stronger than they make them in the
Probably.
UK.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they priced right. Is what you would expect to pay.
Especially one night I had a champagne cocktail,
Mm.
and that was about the same price as a regular cocktail, which would not be the same price normally, would it?
No.
Yeah.
The champagne
On the Dream.
Yeah.
They have one of our favorite bars is called the Skyline Lounge.
Yeah, it's where the Skyline is a video screen behind the bar.
Yeah, and it changes.
And
from
it changes
like
from to like New York, Tokyo, Chicago, and all the drinks are themed to certain cities.
And the menu's on like an iPad, so you can flip through the menu, and they're all themed.
Cities.
Yeah, they're themed to different. That's one of our very favorite bars.
Yeah, one of my favorite drinks was in Shanghai. What was
Mhm.
in the Shanghai?
I can't remember, but you get a glow cube with all of them.
Oh, it was amazing bar.
Yeah, but it's like martinis. It's all martini
Mostly,
drinks.
They'd ran out of the glow cubes, so we're telling somebody, and also the glasses. You know, if it comes in a special cup.
Yeah.
They'd run
like
out
a souvenir cup.
Yeah. I like that they do the cocktail of the day though. That's and we had to use our phones for everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of the menus are on your phone.
Yeah, it feels like you'd be rude sometimes when we were vlogging.
Yeah, I'm sat there like
looking at menus.
Yeah, that's one thing that is not my favorite that's going on. I mean, you have to do that at Disney World pretty much you can ask for a paper menu.
It's every restaurant.
It's every restaurant.
Everywhere.
But that's one thing that's come out of this whole. I don't like having to use my phone.
Because whereas at Disneyland, we had that she wouldn't even leave the QR code with us. It was at Splitsville.
That's right.
She's like, you have to do it now. I can't leave it with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
most of the time it's at the table.
Yeah, it was. She had a little plastic
card.
Covered QR code, and she goes, "You're gonna have to use your phone now because I can't leave it with you."
I mean, it didn't make a massive difference, and it was nice to be able to keep pulling up the menu, like to have a look at what you were actually eating.
Yeah.
Which wasn't too bad, but it does feel a little bit rude to be sat there
on your phone all the time. Yeah. I think I just like.
I don't know.
You know how some people like physical books.
Yeah.
And other people like to read.
I like to have a menu.
I like to
hold a menu and touch a menu.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we were told not to have our to put our phones on airplane mode because once you're out to sea, it charges
your signal. It'll keep looking for a signal, right?
And it'll drain your battery.
Yeah. One thing we did notice is because we were on the Disney Wi-Fi, we weren't able to use our phones, but we could iMessage.
Yeah.
Which was fun because
did you use because the Disney Cruise Line app has a chat feature? Also,
and you can chat to each other.
Did you guys use that at all?
It took me 4 days to get back.
Yeah, but Tom doesn't check his phone, so
we would do that. That's what's nice about if Kaya wanted to go somewhere different, if she wanted to do one of the kids clubs or something like that. She would have her phone and we could tell her, okay, we're going to be here. And for the kids, you can sign a waiver so that they can check themselves out of the kids club. Normally you would have to physically go there and check them out.
That's only the ones that are under the age of 13.
Under the age of 13.
Yeah.
So, but you can sign a thing and they can check themselves out.
So from 10 to 13, they can check themselves out.
Okay.
But you have to give them permission to let them do that. Otherwise, you have to come get them.
What age are they not allowed in kids clubs?
18.
18, I think. I think it goes all the way up to 18.
Because the vibe is 14 to 17.
Yeah.
So once you're 18, you can do everything. You can even drink on the ship. I think you can.
No, you cannot.
But you can go to the nightclubs.
You can go, but you can't drink.
Are you sure? Because you can drink.
I think you can.
You can drink in the UK at 18. So surely if they were on a UK.
If you're in international waters, I think the 18-year-olds can drink.
I think so, because.
I think so.
Kaya's like, I'm going to try that out in a few years.
I'm going to ask them because I think they can.
Because I thought I remembered like Dre.
I think the only
was not able
stuck
to
up
drink.
Shithead country that says 21 is the US.
We did notice there were, I mean, they were teenage boys, but for the karaoke night, they snuck in and nobody said anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it personally doesn't bother me. But
right. I've never seen anybody like get carded. You know, like we were at the Skyline Lounge one night and there was a family that came in. Kaya was sitting with us. It was Bob and Dre and Kaya and I. We were sitting there and Bob and Dre and I all ordered a martini and Kaya sat with us and she had
a mocktail.
She was 12.
12.
And then another family came in with a little girl who was probably
about 10.
No, she was like 3 or 4.
I think she was at least 7 or 8.
But they asked them to leave. They said, I'm sorry, you guys can't stay here. It's for 18 and up. And Kaya was 12 and they didn't say anything. They didn't make about her.
No.
So I don't know.
I wonder how they decide.
But Kaya looks like she's 16 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And I guess it all depends on how well they're behaved.
Yeah.
She
was obviously a child.
Yeah.
18 to 20 can drink with parents' consent. Okay.
See, I told you. I told you.
You did. I learned something new. I thought for sure they would enforce the United States.
No, once you're in international waters, it's international law.
Okay.
I tried some of the mocktails because I'm not gonna lie, they looked really good.
Yeah.
And they were really good. So that was nice. One of them had ice cream in it. I was out.
Well, that's the thing Kyle likes about the cruises because the mocktails are good.
Yeah, and John drank a cocktail.
I did. What was that? That was.
You had a real cocktail, not a beer.
Oh my god!
Lovely.
And he liked it.
It was gorgeous.
Wow.
Just wait, bro.
It was a creme brulee martini.
Oh,
it was.
That
sounds
good.
I didn't like it, but you really liked it, didn't you?
It was a bit. It was after couple, it would get really sickly.
Yeah, it was like Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet cocktails either.
So I'm just gonna throw it out there. If anybody in the chat has any cruise questions for either us or Emma and John, let us know in the chat. But I want to know, Disney cruises are expensive.
Yeah.
Do you think it was worth it?
100%. Amazing. Yeah.
Emma's like,
we done the P&A cruise, and now we've done the Disney.
18 to 20 with
100%.
There's
a reason why you pay extra money for Disney, and you can definitely see that between the two. Yeah, and I think the customer service and the fact that the servers and that come on with you, it just makes it feel nicer. And the cast members are amazing.
yeah,
that's what you pay them for. And I think, yeah, definitely, 100% it's worth it.
I think, in the whole, and Emma, I'll let you answer here in just a second.
No, don't let him answer.
Like right now, the way that things are going in the parks compared to Disney cruises, you're getting much more of the Disney experience, like the Disney customer service level with a cruise. Because the Disney parks right now, that kind of like that Disney difference,
it's gotten better.
Is not it was great in California.
Yeah, but it's gotten better because I think the mask made a big difference because now even the cast members, if they're outside, they don't have to wear it, and they are happier people.
But I think the level of customer service on a cruise is still like
even
up there.
Before that, the customer service on the cruise was way above the parks.
I love that. That's me. That's my cup of tea. I love that. Yeah, and obviously Florida and America is so much better than England anyway, but the cruise was just the next level.
So, Emma, do you think it was worth it?
I don't particularly think the 3-night cruise we went on was worth the £1,800 that we paid for it.
Okay.
And I think, especially when you have other cruise lines doing the same thing, you expect a bump up in price because it's Disney. But if they're not, you're not porting anywhere, it's not costing them to like dock or anything like that.
Right.
I suppose maybe they're using more food and stuff like that. But I do think I think we paid about 1,800 or something like that for it. I think that's a lot. It's not that I don't think it's worth it, but I think the bump up is a lot. So I think if you any cruise experience both the cruise experience we've done has been nice.
Yes.
The entertainment on was probably, we enjoyed that more, whereas on the P&O one it's for like,
8-year-olds.
Yeah, like your little old grannies that want to just sing along to Elvis, that kind of style. But we still enjoyed it when we were on it.
I was shown a photo of the P&O cruise to Emma and a video of the Disney cruise, and you couldn't not say that the entertainment wasn't better than Disney
I just said the entertainment
Exactly.
was better.
And the cast members were better.
We didn't have a problem with the staff on the P&O.
No, but isn't it nice having the people come around with you?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not that invested in the server that I need him to follow me around for the entire time I'm on the cruise. Like, I'd be equally as happy meeting a new one.
Okay, so I'll ask you the same question since we've been on 3 Disney cruises.
I would not take another cruise ever.
You would not take another cruise line ever, you mean?
Yeah.
Never going on another.
Never. That's it.
That's it.
So
I'm a Disney cruise
you
person.
think that the price, because it's almost double.
Well, it's at least
Is it that
50% more. It's
For the P&O, it's triple.
Is it?
yeah.
I mean, that is a lot. There's a big difference, but I think you're paying for what you get. That old saying is right.
I like, it's like her not wanting to stay off property.
Yes.
It's because we can stay off property for 1/3 of the price of staying on property.
But I won't do it.
But can I get her off property?
No.
Hell no.
I think.
And are the people in the other hotels just as friendly? Yes.
Yeah.
They are.
And can you get buses from them? Yes. Can you get transportation? Yes. What's the difference? It's Disney Bubble.
Disney Bubble.
That's it.
Right.
That is all there is to it. Disney Bubble.
And plus, like we could go to Disney World. I'm going to answer your question here in just a minute, Wayne and Jody. Like going to Disney, if you're paying for your hotel and your food and whatever, if you're going to go see a show, if you take that price and wrap it into one and transfer it to a cruise, it's
going to cost you more.
It's about the same.
Actually, it's going to be more.
The cruise is going to be more?
No, the price of bundling everything together
Okay.
on a Disney vacation.
So you're not having to pay for a car. You're not having to pay for, food.
Yeah.
You're not having to pay
Everything's
for it to go see a
included.
show. So you kind of take that all-inclusive package minus cocktails. You got to have a separate budget for cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's holiday money. I don't
It's
know.
holiday
That
money.
is
It doesn't
holiday
count.
money, yes.
So, it does seem expensive, but you could spend $5,000 on a week at Disney World and spend $5,000 on a 7-night cruise.
Right.
But all your food's paid for.
But all your food's paid for. So it's kind of a wash.
Because we didn't go anywhere on the cruise, I think that's what's making me think.
Yeah.
That's a lot for that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like for example, the P&O one, we went to Amsterdam and Bruges, and we were excited to go to Amsterdam and Bruges, and the cruise
Right.
was a nice addition to that.
Yeah.
We weren't really massively bothered about the cruise. We wanted to go to the places.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think if you're going to the places and you're excited about the places, and the cruise kind of tops it off,
Yeah.
Right.
you're not
Right.
just
That
paying.
makes a huge difference.
But that makes a difference, yes.
Yeah, so if it's worth it in the sense of the whole experience, I think 3 times the amount is still a lot, whatever way you look at it. So
it is a lot. Yeah, it is still expensive.
I think you're right, because obviously you didn't go anywhere. You're 100% right.
we paid £1,800 to eat food and do quizzes.
Absolutely.
Like-
However, but Disney's clever, and what Disney's done is introduce Disney cruising to people that would never do
Right.
Disney cruising, and now there's a lot of people thinking, you know what, I really enjoyed the boat. I'm going to enjoy it a lot more if I stop at places.
Right.
And they got a lot of people hooked now.
Right. It kind of opened up
It opened up the Disney cruise door.
Yeah, I'm not for a second saying I didn't enjoy it or that I wouldn't do it again. I just think if you're looking at booking a cruise and you're not massively bothered about Mickey Mouse, I would use a different cruise line.
Yeah.
If you like Mickey Mouse and you like the Disney bubble and you like everything Disney, book the Disney cruise line.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but if you're not bothered about that,
if you break it down, you think that's 600 pounds a person. I mean, 600 pounds for both of you a night. It's like if you got, a nice hotel, and then you had to go buy food, a couple of nice dinners.
Yeah.
You're spending 600 pounds a person anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our Disney math.
Yeah, that's our Disney math.
So Wayne, I'm not saying it's not good. It was great and I loved it, but
I'm not trying to convince you.
The price when like the P&O were doing the same cruise for like £800.
I think you can
for both of us.
I think you can annoy the price because the P&O just simply wasn't as good. Hands down, the customer service.
I'm about to be a snob. Are you ready for this one? I'm about to be a snob.
Snob Bob.
I think when you go on the lower price cruises,
because we've been on a Carnival cruise,
you get a different class of people.
Right.
And then you get the people who are like sloppy drunk.
Yeah.
And they're falling all over the place.
Carnival cruises are like the party.
Barfing on the floors.
Yeah.
And stuff. That is something that I don't want to see.
Yeah.
And if I get
cruise is the main cruise, right? The Virgin cruise is the Virgin cruise.
Oh yeah.
Party cruise, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
So, but I'm not, that's not something I want to see. I don't want to deal with people who are like that. And I don't want to deal with people who are gambling, because all of the other cruise ships have casinos on them and stuff like that. I want to be a nice, wholesome, fun, safe cruise. And I'm willing to pay more for it.
True. Yeah. And I really don't think I am going to get to your question, Wayne. I promise. I think that a lot of people say, oh, Disney cruises, they're just full of kids. I don't think the kids are a factor.
Not at all.
Even because the 3 Disney cruises we've been on, we were not bothered at all by people with their little kids.
No,
not at all.
Not at all. I mean, there are so many spaces for people.
There are so many spaces for kids.
The people with the little kids are going to be where you're not. If you have older kids or you have no kids at all, you're going to be in a completely separate location.
Yeah.
Basically. So.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. It didn't even wasn't even on my radar at all. Because why would it? I don't got kids, but there wasn't a time that I thought there's a lot of kids here. There's not at all. It wasn't even on my radar. And I guess what you're saying, Kerry, is I'm in doing what I'm doing, and they do in the club whatever they do.
Right, exactly. Because they have so many activities for the kids to stay busy. Mm-hmm. They're not in your kind of general, area all the time. And there's places, a lot of places that the kids can't even get into.
Yeah. No, that they're not allowed.
So I think that's, people could. They've asked us, oh, isn't Disneyland, isn't Disney World just for kids? Are Disney cruises just, no. I mean, don't feel guilty about going on a Disney cruise or to Disney World without kids. Because
we didn't sit near a table of children or a table with a child our entire trip.
Really?
I don't know if that was on purpose, but the giant table we were surrounded, I think.
No, dinner, you mean?
Yeah.
But we had a late sitting, so I don't know if
we had the later
I
sitting.
don't know if the early sittings was for.
There were children there.
Yeah.
But the tables surrounding us. So I would say if it wasn't 50% of the people that didn't have children.
I think they do that on purpose because I've read that the table assigners, when and if they ever go back to you sharing a table at dinner with another family, they try to put you with kids the same age. They try to, if you are a family with one kid, they'll put you with that kid if you have one kid. So they really, the table assigners try to put you with like families
who are.
So I think they probably do that. They'll probably assign you a table with or around other people that don't have kids.
Okay, go answer Wayne's question.
Okay, Wayne, are you talking about here in the United States or in the UK? Because if you're thinking about cruising in the United States, August, September, hurricane season
is the cheapest.
It's the cheapest. So we did a cruise in September, and it was the least expensive cruise that we took. So yeah, it's same here. Like when the kids are in school, except for holiday time, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah, those are when the prices go up.
Those are okay. So in the U.S. So yeah, if you want the absolute cheapest time, go in September.
August isn't bad either.
Yeah, August isn't bad either.
No.
So those are the best. Hurricane season times. That's the cheapest.
That's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
because
funny.
that's smack bang in the summer holidays.
Okay.
So that probably works out nicely for you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but here in the U.S., people don't want to cruise during hurricane season because it might get canceled.
Right. Or rerouted.
Or because they don't sail when a hurricane's in the in the area.
Yeah, they might either cancel your cruise if there's a big old hurricane out there. They'll either sail around it, so one of your ports of call could be canceled and they'll go somewhere else, or they'll just cruise around it. Or we have seen a couple of cruises that have gotten canceled altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want the absolute cheapest time, it's September. So Jody says, if it's your first Disney cruise, what one would be the best experience? Oh, that's such a.
It's got to be one that goes to Castaway Cay, right?
I mean,
yeah, I would actually say do one of the 3 or 4 night cruises.
I would say that too. I think probably 3-night cruises go by so fast.
Yeah, so a 4-night cruise from Port Canaveral to Bahamas, Castaway Cay. That's a really good one to start with. That'll get your feet wet. So to speak.
I think the Disney cruises are talking about bringing the staycation cruises back next year.
Oh, really?
Apparently, I've heard somewhere. I don't know if it's just staycation, only don't port, but I think the magic is going to come back and they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So if you're from the UK, just to get your feet wet, might be
That's cool. Well, it seemed like they were super popular.
Well, I mean, if Disney doesn't think to buy another cruise ship, a smaller cruise ship, to do that, I think they're missing out a big market.
Right.
If
I wouldn't be surprised because the Wish is coming out next year, right? And then the one after that. Are there 2 more?
I think there's one coming again the year after.
So after the Wish, is there 1 more or 2 more?
I think just 1.
Okay.
No, I think there's going to be a total of 2 more.
I think there's going to be 5.
So there's going to be 5 cruise ships. Well, no, there's already 5. There's going to be 7.
There's going to be 7.
Yeah.
The magic hangs out around the UK anyway, doesn't it? Because it goes to Norway and it also does circular. So
yeah.
So I would book, Jody, if you're looking at like your first Disney cruise. Personally, we do not like Nassau at all.
But let me give her another option.
Okay.
It's like in the summer, the Wonder sails from San Diego to Mexico.
They do.
And those are like 3, 4-night cruises too.
Yeah.
They even have a 2-night cruise that just goes out and comes back.
Yeah. So if you want,
so if you want to just get a taste, and those are pretty inexpensive.
And you could probably do for $1,200.
Yeah, and the San Diego port's really small.
Yeah,
it's very easy.
I was gonna say though, if you don't like the idea of Nassau, we've only gotten off the ship in Nassau once, and then the next time we just stayed on the ship. If you don't like Nassau, there are some that do 2 stops at Castaway Cay instead of going to Nassau.
Plus, there are some that leave from New Orleans, and there's some leave from Miami and Galveston. So,
what's wrong with it there?
What?
Why don't
sketch?
You
like it is so sketch.
It's like everybody they hound you to sell you crap souvenirs.
It makes me really uncomfortable because I don't like people in my face going, "Buy this."
It didn't bother me at all.
Yeah,
I know because I grew up in Sketch. So
Sketchville.
I grew up in Sketchville, so I just said, and Kelly's like, "How do you do that?" Because people come up to me and say, "No." Go away, and they walk away.
And I am
and Kelly's like, and I'm like, you got to tell them no.
I just put on my bitch face and say, "Don't talk to me."
But I still talk to you. It's kind of like a challenge. It's like a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's like what was it? Egypt
it's like Barbados and all of
like if you want to go do something, do one of the excursions. Like we did the harbor tour, and that was cool.
Hi, Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah. We did the harbor tour when was it the last time or last time didn't we do the harbor tour?
The first time we went to Nassau, we did the harbor tour.
We did the harbor tour.
Yes.
That was cool. So, but that just, you get off the ship, you go to another boat that's right there on the dock, you go.
And that was fine.
And then you come back.
And that was fine. We just went off the straw market that we went to. I did not like it at all. It was like a big old flea market.
That everybody was just like up your butt trying to sell you something.
Stuff. But yeah, we did the harbor tour and then came back. Some people will go to.
There's like a private beach that they go to.
What's the big resort?
In the Atlantis
The
Hotel.
Atlantis. Some people go there,
because they have a huge water park and you can go play there and stuff.
But
Awesome.
One of the cool things about if you decide to do one of those from Port Canaveral to Nassau to Castaway Cay, if you don't get off on the ship in Nassau, there's like you've got all the space to do stuff.
Yeah, and there's tons of. I think we sat back on. We sat in our cabin and watched a jet ski
races
that was going on in the harbor.
Back of the ship.
So,
yeah,
but it was raining. It was chucking down.
Yeah, it was chucking it down.
It was hammering.
One thing that would be interesting because we didn't get to see it, obviously, but the port excursions, see what they're like for a cruise, and like I wonder if they're much different.
They're expensive.
Right, because when we did the P&O cruise, they had a lot of excursions and they were expensive, but a lot of it was like walking tours or you get on a bus, and that wasn't our vibe.
Yeah.
So we were like, now we'll just get off and we'll go into the town and we'll do it ourselves. But
we enjoyed that.
We really liked it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, when we went on our Carnival cruise, we took the booze cruise as an excursion. We missed a whole day after that because
it was bad.
We were so
we were hammered. Yeah,
it was horrible.
I mean, that's the worst headache
I
think I've ever had.
We felt so bad, and it's like we just missed a whole day after that. And I was like, I will never do that again. And it was like they forced us to drink. It was like they kept shoving in our face, drink it, or we're gonna throw you overboard. Drink it.
I just wondered if like the Disney ones would be a little different because they're like the P&O cruises, they only let a certain amount of children on the boats.
Okay.
Anyway, so if there's too many kids, you can't book, and you've got a kid. So they'll be aimed at kind of different people, won't they? So I thought it was interesting to see.
Yeah, like Carnival, it's the
party. That's like I told you, it was like, you get a different class of people.
Right.
It's different types of people. Because if you're Carnival, you're going there to party.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. You're going to get drunk and stupid.
Yeah.
And that I don't need to see that.
No.
So.
Cindy, is this going to be your first cruise, or have you been on a cruise before? And we've been on the Dream twice. Do you have any questions for us about the Dream?
Because we know that one like the back of our hands.
A little bit.
We tight like that.
Us and the Dream are buds. But that is so exciting. 3 weeks.
I know. I'm excited for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Kurt says, they did the Carnival cruise and a lot of drinking.
Not much on board. And it was all about partying.
Cruises are for like the 20 to young 30 crowd.
That's kind of like the Virgin people. They're probably like the yuppie, upper income, young crowd.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure who that cruise is aimed at, to be honest, because we've watched a couple of vlogs on the Virgin cruise, and it seems like it's aimed at like your Instagrammers and your influencers.
Right.
But like, there's only a certain amount of those that can afford that.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, they've got a tattoo shop, which makes
it amazing. Though.
It's really cool.
I would love to get a tattoo on a cruise ship. It might be a little wavy, depending on how rough the seas are. But
I mean, all of these things are really cool, but does it not feel a bit like they're excluding a whole bunch of people that don't want?
Well, no, because obviously the Virgin thinks there's enough people out there for that to make it worth their while. I think. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish.
He's got a question.
I think. All I'm saying, I just think that the Virgin cruises are just more teenagers, like I'm saying, 20s.
Yeah, the vlogs we've seen on that just seemed messier.
Yeah.
Like they don't allow kids at all on the Virgin cruises, do they?
I imagine because a lot of their shows are quite
risque. Yeah.
And a lot of their rooms, like you got a window when you're having a shower and stuff, rather than the actual room, so you can obviously see everything.
You're all naked.
That's
in
okay. That's okay for a couple, but
like 9 months later, a lot more excitement.
9 months later, you can't go on the cruise anymore.
That's right.
Exactly.
Ever again.
So actually, what they're doing is make it where you can't come on the cruise again.
Right.
So.
And so Cindy, is it a big camera or?
Yeah, it's like if Nassau, I don't know if I'd take my good camera to Nassau.
I don't know if I would either. If you've got a phone that takes really good pictures.
Yeah, use your phone. Castaway Cay, you're good. You're gravy. Yeah.
I don't, if your camera is huge and it's bulky, I don't think it's really.
What's your good camera, first off?
Yeah, first of all, what is your good camera? And what do you mean by that? But you can take
I'm listening.
How much did you spend on your camera?
Let's see now.
But no, I think you could. I mean, Castaway Key and Nassau are pretty. First of all, it all depends on the weather, because you never know what you're gonna get.
A GoPro worked fine.
Yeah, or if you have a
Or
good,
like the Canon or GX7.
Is that a big camera? A Rebel T5? Is that big?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, it's not. I don't think it's that big. It's kind of like my M50.
Okay, if it's like where you can put it in a bag easily. Castaway Key, I mean, everything's safe on Castaway Key.
Yeah, you're going to be good on Castaway Key.
If you're thinking about safety.
Nassau, how do you carry it?
Yeah.
Like
in your hand. You have a hand.
Oh. No, but
and are you okay? And are you planning on getting off the ship in Nassau? Not huge, but lenses are expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
If I had an expensive camera that I was worried about, I wouldn't take it into Nassau if you're going to get off the ship in Nassau.
I also wouldn't take a camera
unless you're doing maybe an excursion that's a Disney excursion.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be safe. If you're doing a Disney excursion or a Disney sponsored excursion.
Especially if it's you and Britt that are going, I wouldn't take an expensive camera into Nassau. Castaway Key is perfectly fine because it's just the people that are on your ship with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it at all.
So if you're just wanting to take, videos or, pictures, I would think your phone. See, Hatbox Ghost says the same thing. Be leery of taking a camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Nassau is sketch.
Nassau is, I don't want to say anything bad about the Bahamas, but Nassau
itself is, unless you're with a group of people. If you're just two ladies by yourself, I would be nervous.
I don't know, I'd be kind of nervous about being in a group of people too.
That's true.
So
it's very pretty.
It's gorgeous, but see, kind of like that.
Yeah.
No.
But if you want to take pictures from the ship.
Oh yeah, totally.
There are some beautiful pictures you can take.
It's a really pretty harbor.
There are some beautiful pictures you can take from your ship. And there's a lot of times there's more than one cruise ship docked in Nassau. You can see the Atlantis from the cruise port, which is really cool if you want to zoom in. If you're going to take your big camera, leave it on the boat.
Unless you're going to Atlantis. I'd be okay with that.
Could you not wear it around your neck? Because otherwise they'd have to steal your entire head.
I wouldn't even do that because that says tourist.
And you know how easy it is to snip a cord?
They're gonna zoom right in on you and be like, "You're a tourist."
You're a tourist.
So I'm gonna, I believe yes, you can use U.S. funds in Nassau.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can use American.
Yeah, you can use American money
in Nassau.
I would never have even thought about that, Cindy. So well done.
Yeah, I would just take any camera.
Bye, Mike.
Thank you.
Have a great.
I've just been walking around with it in my hands. Getting mugged.
Yeah, I wouldn't draw any attention to myself that you possibly could. Right.
Right.
Well, they say that about they say that about like Paris and things like that, and I still walk around like a numpty with like tourists.
Yeah, and
you're a numpty. She's a numpty.
Yeah. Barbados
was really bad. Yeah, but certain parts of Barbados, really bad in Egypt.
Yeah.
Really bad in Turkey.
And that's me walking around looking like a tourist.
Like a tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna bring your big camera, I would just leave it on the ship in Nassau.
Yeah.
Take it to Castaway Key. Nobody's gonna bother it at all in Castaway Key.
No, the only problem you might have is sand. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Castaway Key's perfectly safe.
Yeah.
We had a camera damaged by sand on the lens before, haven't we? Yeah. We wouldn't take anyone near the beach.
Yeah. So does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah.
And the phones, nowadays the phones, oh my God, our phones take so much. They take such amazing pictures.
And they're waterproof, right?
They are, they are now, yeah. But to a degree,
we have 12s, iPhone 12s, and they just even the night pictures are just
so much better,
fantastic.
Yeah.
My Canon M50 can't take pictures that good.
No. We film a lot on our phone, certain circumstances. Like on Animated Palette, the show and that we done on our phone.
Yeah, for some reason in Animated Palette, the lighting in them makes stripes on our camera.
Yeah, it goes all flashy.
Because it's all like this the TV screens and stuff.
Yeah, so we filmed a lot of that on our phones.
Yeah, and that works fine. Yeah.
One thing I will say about Castaway Cay is if you decide to get off the ship, you can go back and forth from the ship to the beach. Cindy, if you get off early in the morning and you go to the beach, you can go back and forth, back onto the ship and back onto the beach all day long.
Yeah.
So
can you not do that at normal ports?
No, you can. You can do that in Nassau
but
too.
It's easy on Castaway Cay because they have a tram.
Yeah, because it goes to the beaches, because there's an adult beach at Castaway Cay too.
Yeah, there's 2 family beaches and then 1 adults only beach. That's a little farther
And I'm not talking topless.
No.
It's just for adults only. Okay.
It's not that fun.
I mean, I kind of wanted to do the topless thing, but no.
It's still Disney.
It's still, yeah. Anyway, it's Disney, so.
They made Bob keep his bikini on.
I had to. God darn it.
But yeah, there's 2 family beaches and then 1 adults only beach. The adults only beach at lunchtime has steaks.
Awesome.
The other 2 family beaches do not have steaks. So if you want a steak,
don't get so excited though. It's not like top sirloin either.
It's like a strip steak.
It's like just a and they don't cook it medium rare either.
Yeah, but if you're dying for a steak, go there.
If you want a steak, that's where you go get it.
And it really is quiet. We went there.
Yeah, it is very quiet, and it's like hardly anybody there.
Yeah, but I think
have a cruise question. You
okay.
You put your hand up.
Yeah, there you go.
Pick me.
I want Emma.
Say you're on a longer cruise, because obviously for our rotation, for our dine-in, we did each of the restaurants. So you would then rotate back, I guess.
Yeah.
The first one. The menu is exactly the same.
No.
Right?
I think they're different.
They changed the menus.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because that's something we were talking about, wasn't it?
Because your rotation won't necessarily be exactly the same either. If you go Lumiere's, Rapunzel's, Animator's Palette, you won't go back to Lumiere's again. You could go Lumiere's, Animator's Palette, Lumiere's.
No, or Animator's Palette again.
You could do twice 2 same restaurants in a row.
But they mix up the menus.
But like I was saying, is usually on the U.S. cruises they do a Pirates night, so they always have a Pirates menu. So if you're doing and you're switching and you're going to the same restaurant, like I say, we went to Tiana's one night and then we go to Tiana's again. Happens to be on Pirates night. It's the Pirates menu.
Right, so it's different.
Yeah.
But they do mix them up. You do get different stuff.
Yeah. But you could go if you have a 1, 2, 3 rotation, you could go 1, 2, 3,
3, 2, 1,
3. Yeah. So they kind of mix it all. You could do the same restaurant twice in a row on longer cruises.
That's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or you could always go to Cabanas if you don't want to go back.
Or you can go to Apollo's, or you go to Reme's, or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I need to see pictures. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to send us pictures when you do the pirate night, because I love the pirate night. It's cool.
Did you guys have fireworks on your cruise? No.
No.
No, I was unsure about it. I didn't understand why.
They also lied to us one day, and it made us feel really stupid.
Oh.
No, I worked it out. It took a while for Emma to work out.
So we were doing one of the quizzes, and they announced that they were doing some kind of
safety drill,
safety practice.
Bye, Wayne.
Bye, Wayne. Thank you so much.
And they suggested that they were throwing over a dummy, and then getting it back onto the boat.
Yeah. So I was all down for because I love that stuff.
Yeah. So as we were leaving, we asked one of the guy that was running the quiz, the cast member, and he said, "Oh yeah," and he said it with a perfectly straight face. So I'm still confused as to what happened. He said, "Yeah, because we're about to cross the Atlantic line or something like that, the border of into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
And if you fell overboard, it would take them 6 days to come and get you." So I was like, "Oh, okay." And we just accepted because he wasn't laughing or anything. No. So we were just like, right, all right.
And then I said, well, we haven't took us 6 days to get it.
We were on day 1 of our cruise. So why did it take? I would die by
that. You're just floating for 6 days.
6 days.
At this point, I was frozen to death anyway. So
yeah, you'd be 30 minutes. You're dead.
But he didn't we said, "Oh, okay," and then he didn't kind of stop us and be like, "I'm kidding," sort your brain out. He just left us. We just walked off.
He just left you hanging, did he?
That's so funny.
Bar, having a drink, and I went, "Well, that can't be true."
We haven't been on the boat.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So there was that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap this up, huh? We've gone a little bit long.
I don't know. We're having fun.
Are we, okay. Are you guys still good for Disney chat?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions? You and Emma and John, do you have any questions for us?
Well, when can we do a suite on a Disney Dream, all of us?
Are you talking about like a 2-bedroom suite?
You talking about all of us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, that would be cool to do a nice suite.
I don't know. It didn't matter where it goes.
The Wish starts sailing this summer 2022.
Oh yeah, the Wish has those two floor suites. Don't they?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
When are you gonna win? When are you gonna win the lottery?
We'll start playing too.
It's like whenever we win the lottery, we will do that. We will do concierge 2-bedroom.
Holy cow!
suite.
I know, because I was looking at the price of some of those concierge suites. It's like $12,000-$13,000.
It's so stupid.
Who has that kind of money?
I don't.
So we were in our room for we slept in our room, and then we went back to our room for maybe an hour a day.
Yeah.
So how is it worth it?
How much time did you guys spend on your balcony?
More than I thought.
Okay.
We sat there. I was a little seasick one day, and only for like an hour. If that.
Yeah.
But I'd looked out of one of the portholes.
It was quite rocky that day.
And it was like,
yeah.
And then I was
like,
my brain just couldn't figure it out. So we went back to the room and sat there then.
That's awesome. I'm so jealous of everybody.
That's very cool.
We looked at booking a cruise on the Wish, and holy cow, it was expensive.
For June.
For June.
Especially when we were going to be like doing a long trip.
Yeah.
Right before that.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm excited to see videos from the Wish.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So what do you like to do excursion wise? You said they're expensive, the Disney ones.
I guess it just depends on
where it goes. Because if it was like
because we did the double-decker bus tour in San Francisco from the Wonder.
Yeah.
And that was really good.
It was cool.
It wasn't terribly expensive.
No.
And I felt safer doing that than going off on our own.
In San Francisco.
Yeah. So I think it just depends on where you're at. If you can get off the ship and feel safe and not have to worry about like, okay, we could just go off on our own.
Well, it's like they got several things. It just depends. Like Nassau has like their own private beach that you can go to, that they take you to, so you don't have to worry about, the locals and all that kind of stuff, harassing you. So that might be cool.
Or they have scuba diving.
Or they have scuba diving. And they have, and you can also do like, you can pet the manta rays on Castaway Cay.
You can.
Now you've done it.
Yeah. So
you
can actually
see creatures.
You can actually go out to where, and they have them, where they're very docile, and they come up to you, and you can feed them.
Devin went parasailing.
Yeah, Drain Devin went parasailing at Castaway Cay.
That was expensive. It was like 10 minutes for $100 and some bucks. That was not worth it.
But like they have some of the cruises that go to Mexico, and
I'm with you on that.
What?
Can't take it with you.
Yeah, that's right. So like you can go to the Mexican ruins, the pyramids. I would totally do that.
Yeah.
Or a jungle trek.
So I definitely do think that even though the excursions from the ships are expensive, I think a lot of times it's worth it. Bye, Wayne. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. I like that. KE thumbs up. LLY. I'm gonna change my name to that.
KE thumbs up. LLY.
I love it. How'd you pronounce that though?
What'd you say, Emma?
How'd you pronounce it?
KE thumbs up. LLY.
Right, because we found when we got to Bruges, they had a few. I mean, it's different because it's P&O, but they had a few of the excursions. A lot of them, like I said, were like, get on this bus and we'll take you to this place and then we'll bring you back.
Yeah.
Which we didn't fancy. So when we got off the boat, we planned on just kind of hanging around the port because we weren't really sure of the area. But once we'd got off the port, there was this bus that goes into like the centre of Bruges
for like half price.
It was so
Right.
cheap. It was like €12 when like it was like 80 for the walking
I
tour.
think it's more now.
It was a lot.
I think that was a happy accident. I liked it.
Although a thumbs up looks more like a B, so it could have been B-O, thumbs up.
Kebli.
Yeah, we were walking around Bruges, and it had we went with friends, and they'd booked the walking tour, and they were army marching them around.
Yeah.
They looked so unhappy. He was like,
can you buy me this?
He said, can you go and buy me this, because we've not been allowed to stop.
Yeah.
And we were like, and we were just strolling, eating chips.
I think
it depends on where you're at.
It depends on where you're at, and like I said, if you feel like you're comfortable enough going up, like in Bruges, for example.
We're just dumb enough, not that we're comfortable.
No, but I think you could easily like research Bruges enough and say, I'm okay doing this on my own. We can get into the middle of town and we can do this, and feel safe and all that kind of stuff. I don't think there's any problem.
Well, yeah,
not doing a Disney excursion.
It's like when we booked the cruise that we canceled because it was going to Key West.
Right.
We just get off the boat and go wandering around Key West. Because we feel safe in Key West. Right. And there's some Caribbean ports that I would feel safe walking around in.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a problem with Nassau. She did.
I did.
So I know how to handle people like that. So it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't worried about it. It was like if you act like a tourist, they're going to treat you like a tourist.
I might be different now. I mean, that was like 5 years
ago.
So
but
I'm older now.
I'm a hard ass. Okay. You come with me, I'm a hard ass. So
that's cool.
And even Amsterdam, we had a Google before we went. We picked what we wanted to do. They didn't offer that on the boat. So we were like, cool, we'll buy tram tickets and we'll go ourselves.
I think that, like Bob said, I think if you're comfortable with it yourself and you're just going to do it, I'm very much like.
I suppose the difference is as well is like European countries. I know that like you get pickpockets and stuff like that, but they're relatively safe, aren't they? Compared to like Caribbean and places like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to wander around.
Well, like in Victoria, we didn't do an excursion in Victoria. We just got off the boat. We got on the bus. They took us to downtown Victoria. It was super cool, super safe. We walked around. We saw what we wanted to see. We actually booked a harbor tour there, and that was awesome.
Yeah, but we did that on our own.
We did that on our own. It wasn't part of the cruise, So, but we took it upon ourselves to tour Victoria.
And it was great.
And it was so beautiful. And it was like, and I'm glad we did it on our own.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that, if people haven't cruised before, that is an option. Because that's what we did. And obviously you guys have done that too. So, and we had a lot more fun than our friends did being army match.
Cindy knows how to handle those people.
Right. Oh, so, there you go.
You'll be fine in Nassau then.
You'll be fine, Cindy.
Yeah, if you've been to Mexico a lot, you know the routine. You'll be fine in Nassau.
Put on your RBF and you'll be gret.
Yeah, RBF and just tell them, get that F away from me.
Yeah, bitch face.
Yeah.
You have a good one, Emma.
So do I.
Yeah.
I have a really good one too.
Practicing. I'm Northern.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to cover before we say goodbye?
Like I said, I think Disney cruises. I know they're more expensive. I know, but if you can afford it, it's totally worth it because, like I said, I like that feeling of being in the Disney bubble. I mean, so.
Bye, Hatbox Goes. Thank you so much for being here.
Almost everything.
Almost everything. That's okay. You don't have to agree with everything.
No, you don't have to agree with everything. Anyway, so I just, I don't think I'd take another cruise line.
No. It would be hard.
It would be really hard.
It would be hard.
Because we've looked at Norwegian. We've looked at, the Oasis.
We've looked at Celebrity.
We've looked at, with the cool, like the Oasis of the Seas, these huge cruise ships and everything. But, I just keep coming back.
Then you'd have to wear pants.
I don't want to wear pants.
No.
You could wear a skirt.
You could.
If I could go to, we need to go to Ireland, get a good kilt, I'd wear one
there.
There
you
go. Scotland, Ireland, whatever.
Kilt.
Oh, girls' night. Okay.
Hail and Compass.
We're gonna see Cindy soon.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to. Oh, Disney do those inner city ones as well, though, don't they? We were talking about when for Iceland. They did.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
They call them Disney.
Disney
Vacation.
Adventures.
Yeah, Disney's Adventures.
Adventures by Disney.
The
Yeah.
price on them.
I know.
Oh, I know.
Crazy.
That's
expensive.
That is very expensive.
Yeah, because I know they do one in Paris, and it's so stupid expensive.
Yeah.
And a lot of the places they take you to go and see are actually free.
Yeah.
To go and see. So
really.
Book a cheap hotel.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So let's talk about next week really quick before we go.
Next week.
Next Sunday.
Live stream.
Next Sunday's live stream is Halloween.
Whoa.
So we're debating on whether we're going to dress up.
We may dress up.
We're probably
probably
going to dress up for Halloween.
Awesome.
We are doing a After Hours Boo Bash versus
Oogie Boogie
Bash.
So
comparison.
Disney World, Disneyland.
Awesome. Which one was better?
Which one?
So and plus you're going to talk a little bit about.
And we're going to talk about Halloween Horror Nights too.
So yeah.
Yes.
So that's next
week. An honorable John, you and I, Halloween Horror Nights.
I would love it.
It is so awesome.
I would love it. I mean, on about you get some around there, not as good as obviously that, but there's like a couple of scare houses.
It is definitely not Disney, dude. It is definitely
Disney.
not Disney.
I would love it. It would be amazing. It would be.
I don't know what you're looking at me for.
It would be amazing.
Emma and I are not going to go.
No, you guys can go hang out at,
That's all.
We'll hang out at the Enchanted Rose.
You can hang out at some mamby-pamby place.
It's okay with me.
Yeah.
I couldn't go because I scream.
That's okay.
They would chase you.
Yeah, I'm a target, and I don't know how to not scream when I'm terrified.
See, my problem is I'll just laugh. Laugh.
And it's awesome.
But you've got an unfair advantage because you can't scream.
Yeah.
So even if you wanted to, you couldn't.
John's not capable of screaming.
He's incapable of screaming.
I am. Yeah.
I would just get bullied, so I don't.
It would be
go.
amazing.
Me too. I would just have to keep drinking. All right, should we say goodbye?
Yeah, I think it's time.
All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I know we went a little bit long today, but we had a great time.
Yes, we did.
I hope that you did too. If you have any Disney Cruise Line questions at all for either one of us, just send us a little message on Instagram.
Right.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. And we'll be happy to answer. Whether you agree with it or not.
Yes.
Yeah. Our Disney Cruise Line vlogs are currently going up.
They are. Yes.
That's right. So watch them. They're cool.
Yeah. If you don't watch Emma and John's channel, please go over.
If you don't watch it, then
there's something wrong with you.
You are so sad. I feel for you because you have no life. So
you guys are awesome. Yeah. And we love you, and we will see you next week, hopefully.
See you later.
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much. We love you all, and thanks for being here.
Yep.
Love you.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Do that goofy thing with your hands.
John
can like.
There you go. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Okay, cool.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.